plain woman dressed in jeans and a t-shirt caught their eye. They ridiculed her amidst the bustling crowd. They tormented her without a second thought, unaware that they had just chosen the wrong individual to belittle. Rachel Wilson savored her coffee by the kitchen window, the morning sun casting a warm glow over her minimalist apartment. At 42, she had crafted her wealth from the ground up, all while staying true to her principles. Her dark hair was neatly secured in a practical ponytail. She favored her white t-shirt and well-loved jeans over high-end fashion. "Do you really believe this is the right way to go, Rachel?" The voice of her assistant resonated through the speaker. "Wakefield Dynamics is well known for its keen awareness of image. That's precisely why I must witness it firsthand, Marcus," Rachel responded. "The acquisition paperwork is complete, yet I must grasp their culture before I officially take the plunge. The board anticipates the announcement will be made tomorrow morning. Only the highest-ranking executives are privy to the identity of the new owner." Marcus took a moment to reflect. "Nonetheless, I believe it's worth reevaluating this subtle strategy. How can I initiate a transformation within a company if I'm unsure about what requires change?" Rachel replied, her eyes fixed on the skyline. "I established Horizon Innovations with a foundation of genuine values and mutual respect. If Wakefield is becoming part of our family, I must observe their genuine behavior when they think no one is observing." She recalled beginning 15 years ago in a small apartment. Now she possessed one of the rapidly expanding tech companies on the East Coast, celebrated for its inclusive workplace culture. "Your car is ready whenever you are," Marcus said. "I'll take the subway," Rachel said, as she put on her plain white sneakers. Being unseen often means not making an entrance in a luxury vehicle. "Certainly," Marcus let out a weary sigh. "Please exercise caution, Rachel. Not everyone values genuineness as you do." Rachel hung up the phone and reached for her well-loved leather messenger bag that held the Wakefield dossier. Financial details, employee profiles, organizational framework. What the articles failed to reveal was whether their refined facade aligned with the events occurring within. She glanced at her reflection one final time. A plain white tee, denim jeans, and understated accessories. No indication pointed to her being worth millions or on the verge of acquiring Manhattan's oldest marketing firm. It was time to uncover the true essence of Wakefield Dynamics, she whispered, shutting her door behind her. What Rachel never anticipated was that this reconnaissance mission would reveal much more than just the corporate culture. It would unveil the genuine nature of those she was poised to guide. The Wakefield Dynamics building towered majestically in the heart of downtown Manhattan. Rachel halted on the bustling sidewalk, taking in the sight of professionals hurrying through the revolving doors. The bright midday sun glinted off the glass and steel structures, as the honking of taxis added a rhythmic layer to the bustling city atmosphere surrounding her. As she drew near, a cluster of individuals appeared from the main entrance, their laughter echoing throughout the plaza. At the center stood a woman with blonde hair in her 40s, clad in a luxurious beige pantsuit, the gold buttons glinting in the sunlight. On either side of her stood four companions, two women clad in elegant cream and white blazers, and two men dressed in sharp tailored suits, all seemingly caught up in a shared moment of amusement. Rachel identified the blonde woman from her research as Christine Hartwell, the director of client relations at Wakefield. The company profile portrayed her as ambitious and focused on outcomes, yet overlooked the cunning spark in her gaze. "Jeffrey, you must be joking." Christine's voice pierced through the clamor of the street. "That account is almost certain to succeed." "Nothing is certain until the contract is signed," the man said, straightening his tie. "I'd say we're almost there, just a hair away from completion." Rachel observed their interactions, noting how they gathered together like a select group, with passers-by instinctively stepping aside for them. Her pen slipped from her lap, coming to rest by Christine's stylish heel. "Excuse me," Rachel said, as she drew closer. "My instrument." Christine's eyes drifted downward, tracing the line from Rachel's sleek dark ponytail to her unadorned white t-shirt and jeans. Her lips curled into a frown. "Here is your pen," she remarked, nudging it with her toe, as though the mere act of contact could somehow taint her. "Thank you," Rachel said, As she bent down to pick it up, one of the men let out a soft laugh. Did you find yourself wandering off course on your journey to the coffee shop? The entrance for staff is located at the rear. Rachel maintained a calm demeanor. I'm not part of the team, just happened to be in the area for some work. Commerce? At Wakefield? Christine's raised eyebrow spoke volumes of skepticism. In the vicinity, Rachel elucidated. The woman in the cream blazer inclined her body closer to Christine. Perhaps she hails from that vibrant world of startups within the incubator. It's amusing how some people believe that hoodies and jeans qualify as suitable attire for a professional setting. They all chuckled, not in true mirth, but with a biting tone of isolation. Well, whatever endeavor brings you here, Christine remarked, gesturing with air quotes. She gestured at Rachel's outfit, suggesting that an upgrade might be in order. This is a professional area, dear. Initial perceptions hold significant weight. Indeed, they do, Rachel responded softly. Something in her tone caused Christine to hesitate, but she quickly regained her composure with a rehearsed smile. We have a lunch reservation at Elysian to host some key clients. The focus on significance was clear. Wishing you all the best with your enterprise. As they were about to depart, one man intentionally brushed against Rachel's shoulder. Apologies, he stated, lacking any genuine remorse. I didn't notice you were here. Absolutely fine. Can you believe what's being allowed in the financial district these days? He exclaimed with great volume. Before you know it, we'll be surrounded by food trucks and street performers. Christine chuckled. Indeed, that's the very purpose of security, isn't it? To prevent the unwanted elements. As they strolled away, Rachel held her poise. She quietly captured an image of the group, then sent a message to Marcus. Completed the initial cultural evaluation. Quite enlightening. There are tasks ahead of us. As Rachel gazed at the Wakefield headquarters, she contemplated the following day, when those shining windows would be hers, along with the weight of transforming what flourished within. First impressions hold significance. Christine, she whispered, and you've undeniably made yours. As the evening light enveloped Rachel's apartment, she found herself on the balcony, watching the city lights start to twinkle beneath her. Her thoughts repeatedly drifted back to the encounter outside Wakefield Dynamics. The doorbell chimed, and Marcus stepped inside, tablet clutched tightly, worry evident in his expression. Typically, when a CEO purchases a company for $300 million, there's a celebration, he remarked as he followed her inside. They avoid harassment on the sidewalk as part of their responsibilities. Rachel offered a subtle smile. How long have we been collaborating, Marcus? 7 years, 3 months, and I think it's around 12 days. Throughout that period, have I ever approached things in the conventional manner? Marcus let out a weary breath, setting his tablet down on the counter. No, but experiencing a verbal onslaught wasn't part of today's plan either. He opened the images Rachel had shared. I conducted thorough background checks on each of them. Christine Hartwell has dedicated 11 years to Wakefield. 3 discrimination complaints lodged against her, all discreetly resolved and likely brushed aside, I suspect. Marcus confirmed that the former management was discerning in the issues they chose to recognize. The individuals captured in your photos include Jeffrey Klein, the VP of Client Acquisition, Danielle Moore and Sophia Winters from the executive team, and Andrew Phillips, the senior account manager. Each of them is a long-term employee and a member of the inner circle. Rachel scrutinized the documents scattered across her dining table, organizational charts, performance reports, and company policies. She grabbed a file marked corporate culture. She pointed out the irony that their HR materials emphasize inclusivity and respect for everyone. Their website presents a facade of diversity, but what lies beneath? Is Christine Hartwell and her entourage ridiculing someone they consider inferior? Marcus concluded. It's not solely about my perspective, Marcus. If they behave like this towards a stranger, how must they treat employees who don't conform to their expectations? Clients lacking refinement? Who is responsible for the cleaning? Marcus gave a slight nod. What do we have lined up for tomorrow? Rachel retrieved her phone and presented Marcus with a video, the security footage captured from the plaza where the incident had occurred. How did you come by that? He inquired, his eyebrows arching in surprise. I reached out to the chief of security for a little assistance. Last year, we collaborated on a charity project. She halted the video on Christine's group, unmistakably ridiculing her. I need this prepared for presentation at tomorrow's meeting. She strolled over to her closet and retrieved a garment bag. This organization holds promise, Marcus. Their imaginative output is outstanding. Their roster of clients is noteworthy, yet the underlying culture is fundamentally flawed, beginning with the leadership. And tomorrow you'll tackle that issue. Tomorrow, Rachel responded, arranging a flawlessly fitted white suit. I plan to teach Christine Hartwell and her friends a thing or two about first impressions. She lifted Christine's personnel file, examining the woman's impeccably arranged corporate headshot. I'm eager to witness their expressions when they come to understand the identity of the person they were ridiculing on the street. And following the revelation, what comes next? Marcus inquired. Rachel placed the file on the table, her choice firmly resolved. Next, we embark on the journey of reconstruction. The quality of a company is fundamentally tied to its culture, which is established by its leadership. Once he departed, Rachel resumed her gaze upon the Manhattan skyline. Tomorrow would alter the course for Wakefield Dynamics, not merely due to new ownership, but because of an unexpected meeting that had unveiled the reality lurking beneath the sleek corporate exterior. The morning light poured into the main conference room of Wakefield Dynamics, creating golden rectangles on the gleaming mahogany table. The streets of Manhattan thrummed with their usual energy. Inside, a palpable sense of excitement filled the room as employees assembled for the ownership announcement. The executive team occupied the front table. Christine Hartwell adjusted her beige suit jacket, the very same she had donned the day before, and leaned in closer to Jeffrey Klein. Harold mentioned it's a tech company, she murmured, likely one of those Silicon Valley folks eager to shake up everything we've established. Jeffrey adjusted his tie with precision. Whoever it may be, they will require our assistance. The relationships we cultivate with our clients are the cornerstone of our company's worth. Christine nodded, an air of assurance emanating from her impeccably styled appearance. In her realm, relationships held value, and looks defined reality. At exactly 9 a.m., Harold Wakefield, the venerable founder of the company, approached the podium. At 72, he made the momentous decision to retire, parting ways with the company his father had founded 6 decades earlier. Transformation is unavoidable, Harold started, yet transformation also presents possibilities. Today signifies the beginning of an exciting new phase for Wakefield Dynamics. The grand double doors at the rear of the conference room swung open. Every gaze shifted. Rachel Wilson entered the room. The uncomplicated white t-shirt and jeans had vanished. Today, she donned a flawlessly tailored white suit that exuded a sense of understated authority. Her dark hair was styled with grace, accentuating a face that now showcased understated, polished makeup. Nevertheless, she was undeniably the same woman that Christine and her peers had ridiculed on the street. A wave of uncertainty swept across the space. Christine's smile stiffened, her eyes growing wide with a creeping sense of dread. With immense joy, Harold went on to present Rachel Wilson, the visionary founder and CEO of Horizon Innovations, now the proud owner of Wakefield Dynamics. With a calm assurance, Rachel stepped onto the stage, greeted Harold with a firm handshake, and then turned to address her new team. "Thank you, Harold," she said, her voice steady. "And thank you all for being here." In the front row, Christine's complexion had turned ashen. She shot frantic looks at Jeffrey, whose expression had turned to one of stark disbelief. Rachel expressed her conviction in the importance of transparency. "I'd like to clarify the reasons behind my acquisition of Wakefield Dynamics. This organization possesses remarkable potential, skilled individuals, outstanding creative output, and a robust client portfolio." She halted, her eyes scanning the space around her. "However, mere potential falls short. The essence of business and what has consistently held significance for me is the way we treat individuals, every individual." The atmosphere was utterly still. Marcus, positioned at the rear, prepared the presentation for display. Yesterday, Rachel mentioned that she visited Wakefield Dynamics, not in the capacity of a CEO or a potential owner, but rather as an observer. I was eager to witness the company culture firsthand, raw and genuine. The expansive screen behind her glowed to life. The security footage from the plaza revealed Christine and her group as they exited the building, capturing the moment of their encounter with Rachel, filled with mockery and laughter. A shared breath of astonishment swept across the crowd. A hushed voice exclaimed, "Oh my God!" In the front row, Christine's face lost the faintest hint of color. Rachel maintained a calm demeanor. There was no necessity for her to do so. "This is what I observed," she stated plainly, allowing the footage to unfold. Not in a secluded office or a confidential gathering, but out on a bustling street, clearly visible to all who walk by. This is the manner in which certain members of Wakefield's leadership team opt to portray your company. Christine started to get up, hesitating as she spoke. "Allow me to clarify." "Please do," Rachel said, her tone steady yet firm. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation. Christine's lips parted and shut, yet no clear explanation emerged. "Maybe you didn't see me clearly without my usual white t-shirt and jeans," Rachel remarked, her tone not unkind but undeniably assertive. Christine slumped into her chair, feeling the weight of her colleague's gaze pressing down on her. "Beginning today," Rachel declared, "we will implement immediate changes that will embody our dedication to respect, innovation, and genuine inclusivity." In the front row, Christine's group shared anxious looks. The unexpected reckoning had finally arrived, brought forth by the individual they had deemed insignificant merely a day prior. The office, with its expansive glass walls, now belonged to Rachel Wilson and provided a breathtaking panorama of Manhattan's skyline. The afternoon sun stretched its rays, creating elongated shadows over the pristine white marble conference table where Christine Hartwell sat, her hands tightly clasped, knuckles pale with tension. She had lingered in a state of suspended animation since the morning meeting, observing her colleagues murmur as they drifted past her office. When the summons finally arrived, Christine applied fresh lipstick with trembling hands, a shield for a fight she already understood she had lost. Rachel stepped inside, her white suit radiating in the warm glow of the late afternoon sun. All evidence of the woman who had picked up her pen from the sidewalk had vanished. In her place stood someone whose serene assurance enveloped the entire space. "I appreciate your patience," Rachel remarked as she settled into the chair opposite Christine. She set a slender folder on the table, yet refrained from opening it. Christine adjusted her position. "Rachel, Ms. Wilson, I wish to express my sincere apologies for yesterday. If I had been aware of your identity—" "That's precisely the issue," Rachel interjected, her tone gentle yet firm. "The notion that you would regard someone differently depending on your perceptions of their identity or the potential benefits they might offer you. I acknowledge that it lacked professionalism. Our day was unfolding poorly and—" Rachel stated firmly that we shouldn't act as if yesterday was an exception. "Your personnel file includes 3 resolved discrimination complaints.